Contractors.
Contractors.
I always say, don't trust them as far as you can see them.
Ooh. Don't do the contractors like that. Don't you do the contractors like that.
Oh, no. But let me tell you, though, I've had experience with contractors taking my material with them as if they bought it.
Yeah, this is facts.
It's always a negotiation process with contractors.
For sure.
The price is never the price. So I think that's something that getting into the business, you should always realize. The price is never the price.
The price is never the price, for sure.
This is not milk. You know what I mean? This is, we discussing labor, we discussing materials, we discussing timeline, we discussing whatever we need to discuss in order to get to the vision.
You know, the contractors kind of are like the dating scene. You know, it's a lot of trash out there, but there's some good ones.
There's a lot of dirty ones too.
it's like there's plenty of fish in the sea. Oh, there's plenty of fish in the sea. No, like, so there are a lot of terrible contractors, but I'll say these are a couple things I do to avoid contractors, because I've had some terrible contractors. I actually had a guy steal a toilet from me, an $80 toilet. He stole a toilet. I bought the toilet. I said, put the toilet in. He just stole the toilet, and I was gonna pay him more than what the toilet cost. Yeah, I never seen him after that. He just ran off with a toilet. I said, well, I don't know what this
That's
is.
Cheap as shit,
it's
man.
pretty bad.
Look,
So
let me tell you, with any type of business, dude, don't make a dumb move like that, because you never know who this man knows, and you didn't cross yourself out of so many people, or so many opportunities,
for sure,
or so many flips, or so many buying holes, or so many rentals.
Absolutely.
Because you the toilet bandit.
You the toilet bandit, and I tried him out, and you know, this was my first rental property that he stole the toilet from, and I've bought several more after that.
Yeah.
And if he would have locked in with me, we could have been rolling and, you know, doing more work. But I hope he enjoyed that toilet, and I hope he used it, and I hope he took a nice shit or whatever the fuck he was going. I don't know what he was going to do with this toilet. I hope he enjoys it. But these are a couple things that I do with contractors, right? For one, I lean on my network. I'm a firm believer that you can't do anything by yourself. And I know you heard this term before, but if you haven't heard it before, your network is your net worth. I like to call other investors, other property owners, and ask them if they have a guy that suits my needs. Example, if I'm having a plumbing issue, rather than go to the phone book, and by phone book I mean Google, because I'm old, and I just said phone book because I'm old. But you know, rather than search around for a plumber, I lean on my network first, and I exhaust my network, and then if I cannot find somebody, which normally I can, then I will resort to meeting new plumbers and so on and so forth. So if I'm having a plumbing issue, I'm gonna reach out to everybody I know that's in the game and say, hey, do you have a good guy? How's his work? Is he on time? Is he pricey? You know, you can kind of, it's like a credit check. You have somebody that you already rock with in your network that dealt with this person, and I think that's the best way to get contractors, because word of mouth is how a lot of them get their jobs, and that way you kind of have that quality control, where you know that this guy has done something for somebody I care about or I work with, and I feel that he will do me the same. Now, he might not do you the same, but chances are, if he's been working with this guy for a while, he's not going to want to mess you over, because he's going to want that continued business, and he's not going to want to mess up his relationship with the guy that referenced him, you know. So that's my number one thing, is to lean on my network to get contractors.
Do you ever, when you see like trucks riding down the street that say, you know, Big Boy Plumbing or some shit like that?
For sure.
Take pictures of them or give them a call?
You know what? I have ran into some guys. I used to do this thing where if I seen some people rehabbing a home, I would kind of walk up to the workers and ask if I could see the work in the home, look around at the work, and if I like the work, I get their information. That's one way I used to kind of cheat the system a little bit, because it's like I seen your work before, as opposed to you just showing me some pictures of your phone that could be from anywhere, right? But number one is leaning on your network. Get to know people. You can't do anything in this world by yourself. You're gonna need other people, and I think that you should lean on your network. That would be my personal advice when it comes to contractors, is to get people that you know have worked with people that you ride with.
Absolutely.
For sure.
And with littler jobs, like I brought a guy in, had him do just that to see how that was gonna be.
Yep.
And then you can get bigger things as we go.
Yep. That's a great way. That's a great strategy as well.
I can test your pricing.
Yep.
I can test your timeliness. I can test how quick you do it.
Yep.
I can test if it's good.
Yep.
You know.
And then they can only steal your toilet and not your whole copper in your building. Because, imagine if I hired this dude for like everything.
And toilets ain't fucking expensive. Don't be around here stealing toilets, bro.
It wasn't the nicest toilet too. It's pretty base model
nice toilets. They be like $300. I be telling people.
It definitely wasn't $300. It was maybe $120 max. Yeah. But this was like 10 years ago, so I might have got it for like $90. Because inflation. You know how inflation do.
And even $300 toilets. Those are like hotel.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, those are nice fucking toilets.
I would have rather it been a $300 toilet. I would have felt a little better about it.
Yeah.
I was like, you stole a $100 toilet, bro. This is bad. This is really bad.
So even with contractors, you never give big jobs to people you don't know or
I don't.
Whose work you don't know.
Me personally, no.
You typically want to get them from your inner circle.
Yes.
You always want to negotiate price. What are some other factors that you negotiate when dealing with a contract?
What I like to do is I like to ask them how long it's going to take to do the job, right? And I already know that they're probably going to tell me the shortest time possible because contractors always want to give you the best price up front in the shortest time possible. You always got to add a little bit to that. Always have a budget to go over and always have a time period to go over. But one thing you can do is you can incentivize them to move a little faster. So you can say, hey, look, you gave me a 3-month time period to do this whole crib. You know what? If you actually stick to that, I'll give you X amount of dollars over what we negotiated. If you want to kind of give them that incentive to, be on time. Because sometimes when they get the job, they get a little lackadaisical and then things take a lot longer than they're supposed to. So that's one way to go about it, I say. Yeah.
How do you feel about general contractors? I know some people say they don't hire GCs because they can GC themselves. But what do you think is important trait for a general contractor to come to the table with in order to get down with you or do a project with you? Or is there a trait?
I think it's all about the knowledge base of the individual. If you are a jack of all trades and you have extensive knowledge when it comes to doing work on homes, then maybe you don't need a GC. If you're doing this for a living, maybe you don't need a GC. But let's say you got a good job and let's say you're like a regional manager or something and you're a really busy person, but you got a flip going. This might be a good time to hire a GC to oversee this because you're going to wear yourself down trying to manage all those things. And it's going to be worth the money. Me personally, I use a GC for a lot of things just so it can free up my time so I can work on doing deals and shooting videos for Q. So I value my time, and so I always incorporate people that can help me save time. So that's just my thing. I understand not using a GC, but if you don't have extensive knowledge in the whole rehabbing process, I wouldn't go into it without a GC. I definitely would go into it with somebody who knows how to glue the whole project together, rather than maybe just drywall really well, but you don't know anything about plumbing, and now you're trying to GC it and you mess something up. Because they're there to oversee the whole thing. They're the what is this guy? The conductor?
Yeah, the conductor.
The conductor.
The
Is the orchestrator or conductor?
One of the two.
One of them. This is what they are. They got to do this with a stick. You know what I mean? And so, it depends on the situation, but more than likely, I'd say use a GC. I like the GCs.
Okay.
Me personally, I like the savings on time.
One for GCs.
I'm one for GCs, but a lot of people don't like GCs, so I get it, and I get it because they think about the money. But like I said, if you're a jack of all trades and you really understand the rehab game, then don't use one. I get it. Yeah. But if you're not, which most of us aren't, let's just be real. Just because you put a toilet in or you fixed the sink one time, you do not know what you're doing. Right, yeah. If you painted your kid's room, you do not know what you're doing.
There we go.
You might need a GC to actually walk through that process.
Look here, baby, I'm not handy. I can spend more of my time doing deals. It depends on your mindset too. Because I had to tell a guy, he was like, you ain't gonna tighten up your toilet. I'm like, if it's easy, then I will.
Yeah.
But if I spend my whole day tightening up my toilet, I can literally go and make the money to pay somebody to tighten up my toilet.
Exactly.
So I would rather go make the money because I'm better at making the money than I am at tightening up a toilet.
Yeah.
Subscribe. Like.